Here we go!
Mario Kart DS is one of the best Mario Karts ever made, and that's no question. If you put this thing up against Mario Kart Wii, it's an all-out war. The DS had those god-tier handheld functions, while the Wii had better graphics, more content, and motion controls. But let's not act like Mario Kart DS looked bad for the hardware. If anything, this game looked phenomenal on the DS. For a lot of people, including me, Mario Kart DS was their first Mario Kart, and let me tell you, I played this thing on so many car rides that I could probably still race Luigi's Mansion with my eyes closed. But here's the real question. What made Mario Kart DS so damn good? We already had our 4 mainline Mario Karts before this, including Double Dash, which was also really good, so why does this one stand out? Waluigi Pinball, yeah, I just had to get it out of the way, there's not really an explanation needed here. But seriously, the tracks in this game went hard as fuck. Tick-Tock Clock was one of the coolest, most original tracks ever, probably because it was straight up based on a Mario 64 level. Luigi's Mansion was actually kinda spooky with those wobbly floors and the fog. And of course the very spooky little ghosts, yeah, I don't like them, they go boo, their name's Boo. I don't like these guys. Sky Garden had you drifting through the clouds like some kind of racing god. This game had a fucking mission mode. Peak! We are talking about peak. Mario Kart DS introduced an actual single-player mode with challenges, time trials, item challenges, checkpoint runs, and even boss fights. And these weren't just any bosses. We got King Bomb, we got Chief Chili, I Rock, Big Bully. It was like a mini Mario 64 campaign in a racing game. This shit was absolutely correct. And the best part is, each mission had a ranking system. Getting 1 or 2 stars, now that was not enough for me. Oh no, I was grinding to get that 3-star rank, man. My life depended on it. But what really changed the game was its online play, because Mario Kart DS was the first Mario Kart to introduce online play. No reason to invite your friends over. For the first time ever, you could race people around the world. Well, kind of. It wasn't perfect, because you couldn't pick every single track. And well, this thing called snaking existed. Now, if you were good at snaking, it was phenomenal, but if you weren't, well, it wasn't that fun. If you don't know what snaking is, it's chaining mini turbos non-stop on straightaways and turns. If you master it, you were basically untouchable. It was the most broken thing ever. And for stupid kids like me, well, that was no fun at all. But again, if you were one of those snaking gods, then congratulations, you were out there moving like the Flash. While the rest of us were just trying to have a good time and absolutely not having one. The roster, well, it was small, but it was fucking goated. Mario Kart DS didn't have the biggest roster, but every character mattered. You had Rob, a literal robot from the NES. How can you hate this guy? Dry Bones just popped out of nowhere, absolute chat. Waluigi. This game is better than Smash Bros, any Smash Bros, and every character had their own unique stats, so it actually mattered who you picked. Also custom cars. Luigi drove the Poltergust 4000, Toad had a goddamn marshmallow with wheels. And Rob had the best card in the game, the Rob BLS, which I never even knew about because I was too busy insta-locking on Luigi. The items were also straight up perfect. Most of them were returning classics, blue shells, red shells, bananas, mushrooms, you get the idea. But this game introduced a blooper, the first and only vision blocking item. It wasn't much, just some goop on your screen and a little bit of speed loss, but that tiny distraction was enough to mess you up. Where items really shined was of course the battle mode. The battle mode was pure fucking chaos. I am a sucker for battle modes in any Mario Kart, but Mario Kart DS had the best one by far. The balloon battle was straight up a battle royale, no time limits, just fight until you lost all your balloons. You could even blow up a balloon by blowing into the mic, by pressing and holding the select button and then blowing into the microphone of the DS. This is amazing! Oh my god, Nintendo! The maps, Block Fort, Twilight House, and a track where you drove on a DS playing Mario Kart DS. Nintendo, please stop cooking with this game. I think my fucking DS is gonna overheat. Okay, so quickly put my DS into a cooler so it doesn't overheat because Nintendo's cooking way too much right now. Oh shit, they're putting on the stove again. Physics and controls were just right. This game had tighter controls than Double Dash, but it still felt really arcadey. You could pull off crazy drifts, shortcut jumps, and the last second dodges if you had the skill. The weight classes actually mattered. Big carts could straight up bulldoze smaller ones, but small carts had the mobility advantage. The balance was perfect. The presentation was insane for Mario Kart DS. The music was incredible. The menus were clean. The game ran buttery smooth on the DS's tiny screen, and the load times, well, they barely even existed. This game was optimized to hell and back, and it shows. But okay. Maybe Mario Kart DS isn't perfect, not even after all the god tier praise, I gotta admit. no game is perfect. Here are some of the few things that kinda sucked. The AI cheated like crazy, CPUs rubber banded hard, like hard. You'd be winning and suddenly they're all right behind you. You get hit by 3 red shells in a row and go from first instantly to last. 150cc AI literally snaked, making them unfairly fast. The roster was great, but it may have been a tidbit too small. No Diddy Kong despite him being in Double Dash, no Birdo or Bowser Jr. even though they were in the past games. They added Rob, which was sick, but where's a character like K-Mac or... well, I don't fucking know. There's quite a lot of characters in the Mario universe. Why add Rob? I like him, but it's just kind of an odd take, I guess. Game Boy Advance Bowser Castle 2 was kinda lifeless compared to its later remake in Mario Kart 8, but now we gotta be real. That's just because of hardware limitations, so yeah, that's kind of where it comes down. So this game is legendary, even with a few small flaws. Mario Kart DS is one of the greatest kart racers ever made. Sure, it doesn't hold up against Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but at the time, this was the best kart racer ever, that's period. And after writing all this, I'm gonna fire it up again. Ah yes, peak gaming. Wait, this isn't Mario Kart?